Did you know that BBC once had a service called BBC Select? It was launched during the overnight hours of 21st January, 1992. This unique service was broadcasted on both BBC One and BBC Two, expanding the BBC's reach like never before. The inaugural program aired was The Way Ahead, a thought-provoking 12-part series that shed light on the newly introduced disability allowance. This innovative series set the tone for what BBC Select was all about, a platform designed to engage, inform, and challenge its viewers. BBC Select dared to be different, experimenting with programming that catered to specific audiences. It was a pioneer in its time, broadcasting during the overnight hours when most traditional channels had signed off. This unconventional approach allowed the BBC to broaden their audience and utilize their broadcasting hours more effectively. BBC Select was an experiment in programming for specific audiences, and its overnight broadcasts paved the way for the BBC Learning Zone. So what kind of content was shown on BBC Select? It was tailored for professionals like business people, nurses, teachers and lawyers. BBC Select emerged as a unique platform, creating a niche for itself by focusing on producing content catered towards specific audiences. The channel's programming was designed to engage and inform professionals across various sectors. The BBC, known for its high-quality content, took the helm of crafting most of the programming in-house. However, the BBC didn't limit itself to its own creative resources. Recognizing the potential of collaboration, it also included programming from other independent companies. This approach allowed for a rich blend of perspectives and narratives, creating a diverse tapestry of content. One such example was Thames Television, a company that made significant contributions to the channel's offerings. Their film, Living with Disabilities, and the series The Way Ahead were both impactful additions to the BBC Select's roster. These programs, created for the Department of Social Security, were broadcast unencrypted, free of charge. This was under the condition that no financial gain would be made from these broadcasts, demonstrating BBC Select's commitment to delivering valuable content without the motive of profit. Despite its innovative approach and the unique content it offered, BBC Select was not immune to financial challenges. From the onset, the service grappled with financial difficulties, which ultimately contributed to its demise. Despite its innovative approach, BBC Select faced financial difficulties from early on. Just 6 months after its launch in July 1992, BBC Select had already lost £3.2 million. This was the first sign of the financial challenges that would eventually lead to the service's demise. Despite its innovative approach to target specific professional audiences, the numbers simply didn't add up. BBC Select was a brave step into the future, a pioneer in overnight broadcasting, but it was a step that came at a high cost. By June 1993, the financial situation had become so dire that the BBC announced a freezing of plans for new subscription services during its overnight downtime. The dream of expanding BBC Select's reach and programming diversity was put on hold indefinitely. The losses continued to mount. By 1994, the service had lost a staggering £18 million to the BBC. This was a hard pill to swallow for a corporation that prided itself on delivering quality content to its viewers. Despite this, the BBC held out hope that the service could be turned around. But with every passing month, that hope began to wane. In that same year, a key figure in BBC Select's operations, Supervisor John Radcliffe, left the service. His departure only added to the sense of uncertainty and instability that now surrounded the once promising service. As 1995 dawned, the writing was on the wall for BBC Select. The financial losses were too great, the subscriber base too small, and the challenges too many. the decision was made to phase out the service. The BBC Select name disappeared in September 1995, replaced by BBC Focus in its last few weeks. The service finally closed on 8th October 1995 with the launch of the Learning Zone, marking the end of an ambitious but ultimately unsuccessful venture. BBC Select was a bold experiment in targeted broadcasting. Its demise serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between innovation and financial viability in the world of media. But it also paved the way for future ventures, like the Learning Zone, proving that even in failure, there can be valuable lessons learned.